You are viewing Part 2, the strategy of the application process for nursing. It is designed to help you maximize your point total and make you more competitive. Part 1 of the application workshop is one of the 4 required criteria for gaining access to your nursing clinical entry application and is a separate presentation. As we continue the presentation, we will discuss the strategy of building your application, how credentials can increase your total, details of a pre-nursing certificate, the process of how to proceed if you find errors on your nursing clinical entry application, the process of changing county residency. In addition to viewing this presentation, be sure to download these helpful handouts that provide more detailed information and that you can use as a reference. The first key in understanding the strategy of building your nursing clinical entry application is studying the handout called Clinical Application Worksheet. When you're strategizing, you might take a biology class instead of a computer class, for instance. Another example might be that a student chooses to take a math course before a public speaking course because the math has a point value on the nursing clinical entry application and the public speaking does not, though both are ultimately needed for graduation. Once you study the clinical application worksheet, you will realize that some courses have more point value than others, so you will want to take those first. A student will realize the importance of getting a grade of A or B for GPA calculation, point total, and nursing program preparedness. The point difference for better grades adds up quickly. The list of automatic course substitutions is also found on the clinical application worksheet. As an example, if a student has a higher level math course on their transcript and would like to substitute it for a lower level math, the system seeks those out and allows for the substitutions found on the chart. The system is designed to take the higher of the 2 grades when substitutions are used. Some credentials earn points on the competitive application. If you have an associate, bachelor, and/or master's degree, it must be from an accredited institution. Another credential for points is AHS 117 class or CNA waiver. This is a student's choice, but please note, a grade in the class can earn as many as 4 points. The most points earned for a waiver is 2. Complete waiver information is available in the presentation called Patient Care. A pre-nursing certificate is a credential that counts 5 points on the competitive application. To qualify for a pre-nursing certificate, a student takes these 38 credit hours of ADN general education classes, maintains a minimum 2.5 GPA in those classes, and submits a fee-paid graduation application to nursing. A student will need to note 2 additional facts about this certificate. Number 1, to qualify for this certificate, 25% of classes must have been completed at TCTC, that's 10 credit hours. Number 2, you must be registered for the classes that complete the certificate if you have not yet completed all classes that complete the certificate. If you'd like a copy of the slide that describes the pre-nursing certificate, click on the handout called Pre-Nursing Certificate Description. If your credential isn't showing when you view your nursing clinical entry application, you may contact Carol Welch in admissions for a review. For questions about courses or grades, contact Marilyn and Jolie in Student Records. This request must be made at least 1 week prior to the application deadline date. The handout called Criteria and Instruction Sheet outlines this process. A student whose residency is Anderson, Oconee, or Pickens County earns 4 points on the application. If a student lives in one of these counties, but the report does not show 4 points in that section, a student should go to www.tctc.edu, to Student Life and Services, to Residency Status, and follow the directions to make the request for a residency review. As you take courses and achieve credentials, you are building a more competitive application. The students who are paying attention to this process from the beginning of their college entry are the ones who are maximizing their point capability and entering nursing when they are ready. To review the details for eligibility, access, and submission of your nursing clinical entry application, you may view Part 1 of the application workshop. Best of luck as you build your nursing clinical entry application.